guys, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about our trip today to Dover, Arkansas, as a follow-up to my investigation a few weeks back regarding Ronald Gene Simmons, the mass murderer who killed 14 of his family members and 2 co-workers. I wanted to follow that up and visit the location where Mr. Simmons had performed his gruesome acts. So Sherry and I drove up to Dover, Arkansas today. We drove to his address, and we almost immediately started experiencing some very, very strange things. So I know there's some other folks that consider Dover, Arkansas to be kind of a hotbed of paranormal activity. In fact, there's something there called the Dover Lights, which I've talked about similar lights in some of my other videos. But Dover, nevertheless, has kind of a reputation of being sort of a paranormal hotspot. If you want more information about the Dover Lights, Google it. There's really some fascinating stories that people have experienced while viewing those lights. But anyways, we visited what used to be the home site of Ronald Gene Simmons today. And we had a couple of really unique experiences today. So the first thing that we noticed almost immediately when we started, when we got into town, was that Sherry's phone started acting really strange. It kept flashing 5:30 p.m., 6:30 p.m., and then when she would unlock it, it would immediately switch from that to the correct time. That happened probably 5 or 6 times. I had asked her to restart her phone just to make sure that there wasn't an issue with that. She did, and it continued. We stopped at a small antique store that was right inside the city limits. And as we're wandering around, something immediately caught my eye, and it was a digital clock that was on the shelf. I stopped in my tracks almost immediately when I saw that, because the time on the clock was running backwards. It was going 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and it kept doing that sequentially. So I called Cherry over, she saw it, and in retrospect, I probably should have videoed that, but the two of us not only had this weird, just uneasy feeling the entire time we were in the town, but then seeing those two almost synchronistic time experiences, experiencing those things were just extremely odd. I don't really know what to think of it. In the end, we weren't actually successful in finding his home because the home doesn't exist. The address was 250, and I won't say the name of the street out of respect for the folks that still live on that street, but the address was 250, and the only homes that were remaining, there were numbers on the mailbox. There was a 240, and then a 260, and a 270. There was no 250. So I don't know if they had raised the home, perhaps because of the horrific acts that Mr. Simmons had committed in that home, or what, but the house was gone. It was a really unusual day. I'm still really trying to kind of process my thoughts and trying to kind of work through some of the feelings that I had, and then having those synchronistic, weird time experiences as well. So definitely one that I'm going to have to think about. Just thought I'd share that with you. If you're ever in that part of the state, definitely it is a place to check out, especially if you have any type of predilection for unusual experiences. Definitely go check it out.